Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And we're live. Hello friends, this is Nomad Brad coming to you from my box truck. How's everybody doing tonight? We're switching up a little bit, doing a live stream on a Friday evening. I hope this TV isn't too distracting for you folks. I'm going to be using it to monitor the chat tonight. But what I got going on is I'm going to be doing a little bit of cooking. I'm hanging out in this parking lot in Arizona outside the Planet Fitness. And I was about to cook up some pepper steak for the evening for myself because I'm hungry. I'm a hungry growing boy. And I figured why not just live stream it and bring you guys along with me. I mean, I do so much video work and streaming that, you know, it's kind of nice having some folks riding along with me. And I know for the Wednesday night live streams, I haven't done cooking in a few weeks. Some people like the cooking, some people hate the cooking. So I just figured we'll just do a standalone cooking video. So that's what tonight is. It's a standalone cooking video. I'm going to be making some pepper steak tonight in the Instant Pot with the skillet. And we're just going to hang out in the box truck, answer questions, do some cooking. So if that's something you guys want to see, stay tuned. If you're not in it for the cooking videos, then I understand. I'll see you on the next one. So let's go ahead and get dialed in. I have the OBS bot right here, the follow me camera. It's going to be following me along. And then also I got the DJI Pocket 3 set up. So this will be the cooking camera. So we'll be able to get in tight on the cooking shots, see how it all goes down. It should be pretty fun. The good thing about this recipe, it's a quick one. I should be able to have the whole thing whipped up in about 30 minutes. So there'll be plenty of opportunity to make the dinner and also eat the dinner tonight on the live stream. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to swivel the TV around. Let's see if I can read the chat while I'm cooking. Yes, I can. Hopefully it's not too distracting for you guys. I feel like from this shot, you don't see too much of it over my shoulder. Let me adjust the camera a little bit here. I feel like it's a little tight. It's a little tight here on old Nomad Brad. Give me a minute here to swivel this around. There we go. That's I like that a little better. Let's see. Let me tighten this down. Okay, there we go. Look at that. You got a little Mr. Potato Head in the stream there. I like it. I like it. We got the sweet artwork now. If you guys if you guys haven't seen me or any of my videos since Wednesday, I added some artwork backsplash to the walls. It's all coated in epoxy, so if we get a bunch of splatter from cooking tonight, I'll be able to easily just wipe it down with my rag. So we're in business. This box truck is ready for cooking. Let me switch cameras here. And let's see really quick who we got in the chat. Actually, let me go to the computer here. Who we got in the chat tonight. It's a Friday night, so it's different. So that gives, you know, different folks a chance to watch. We got Slugworth from Team Foothills. Hello, Slugworth. Happy to have you. I'm technically out of the Foothills. I am down at Yuma Palms. So just a hop, skip, and a jump away. We got Don W here. Looks like Instant Pot cuisine. You got it, brother. We're doing some Instant Pot cooking tonight. That is a little distracting. It's kind of making me crazy. David W says, first live video I have caught, but enjoy watching all your videos. Thank you so much. We got Ash Loves Coffee is here. Hello, Ash. Happy to have you. We got Tekarak here. Yes, this is a pop-up stream, my friend. Just doing some cooking. Figure I'd bring you guys along. We got One Rockin' Roadie is here, says Brad Rocks. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Raul is here, says the truck is looking great. John C is in the chat. We got a moderator tonight. Happy to have you, John C. He says, I'm ready for some food. I know John C loves food, especially chorizo. So John C will appreciate the cooking tonight. He says, how do you do? I'm doing very well tonight. Marcus Allen is in the chat. Hello, Marcus. Happy to have you. We got Up Foe. Tim Simmons is here. What's up, Tim Simmons? We got Shore Lover. What's up, bro? Oh, Shore Lover was on Wednesday night. You're looking at an NPR diesel box truck from the late 90s. Happy to have you here, man. Welcome, welcome. Craig is here from Phoenix. Hey, Craig, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All right, happy to have you guys in here. Elena Moon already with a super chat says, can't wait for your new pup. Oh, thank you. Alina? Oh, she's got a dog in her little profile photo. I can't wait for a dog. I'm super excited. It's coming. It's happening soon. So let's start on the pepper steak. I'm going to swap out the tea kettle for the skillet. And let me switch cameras here over to the cooking camera. Here we go, the DJI Pocket 3 live stream camera. Let me flip the TV so I can see the live stream. Rod8073 says, gonna make a table like yours waiting for Sunday. Thank you, Rod, I appreciate it. Sunday's video will have a little detail of how the table was made. It's pretty simple. It's a little scary at first. It's your first time, you're like, I don't know. But I would recommend if you're gonna do an epoxy countertop, practice first on like a little scrap. Just do a practice run, and then after that, you'll be fully confident to do the real thing. All right, so we're doing pepper steak. We're gonna cook rice in the Instant Pot, and then we're gonna be cooking the steak, and bell peppers, and then like a glaze will be cooked in the skillet. And so I think the first thing I'm gonna do actually is get the rice going, because the rice is probably gonna take about as long as it takes for everything else. So let's go ahead and set up the Instant Pot. I like to run the Instant Pot over here in the corner. And something for you guys to know, this epoxy countertop, you're supposed to let it harden for 72 hours before you really like put anything, you know, scratchy or heavy on the surface. And so it's probably been, I don't know, maybe about 48 hours since I've completed the epoxy. So I put down a little cloth on the under the Instant Pot just to protect the epoxy. After all the work I did, you know, I would hate to, you know, scratch up the epoxy and make a bunch of marks in it. So that's what we got going there. We're gonna need a little bit of rice, some nice rice. Let me see, let me hop down in the cupboard here. Oh, you know what, before we start, let me give you guys just some stats on the box truck. We'll do a temperature check and a power check. Why can I not get this? Here we go. Okay. It is hot in Arizona, currently 92 degrees outside, 84 degrees in the box truck, which sounds really hot. It doesn't feel like 84. The AC is on, it's set for 78. So I think 84 is probably just the temperature over in the corner. There's probably not a lot of airflow over there, but out here in the main room, I can feel the AC blowing on me, and it's quite comfortable. Let's look at the electricity before we get started. Currently 93% battery bank. We got 520 watts we're using right now, which is pretty good considering I got the AC running, the laptop is charging, and that's powering both of these cameras. Additionally, we got the lights on the ceiling, and of course the television. So we got all those things running using about 500 watts of electricity. That'll be no problem. On my 10,000 watt hour battery bank. It won't even notice the missing watts from this cooking session. So let me hop down. Okay, we need rice. Now let me see. I'm gonna have to do a little digging here. I keep like reorganizing all my kitchen stuff, and everything gets moved around. Oh, we got brown rice. I don't think I have any white rice. We are gonna need a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna be using allulose instead of actual sugar. It's supposed to be better for you. It's plant-based, but it doesn't like spike your blood sugar. I don't know, it's supposed to be better. So we're gonna use allulose for the glaze instead of sugar. We're gonna use brown rice instead of white because that's what I got. And we're gonna need a 1 cup measuring cup, which we have right here, 1 cup measuring cup. Okay, and we'll go ahead and prep the rice in the Instant Pot right here. All right, all right. Let me move the Instant Pot lid out of the way. Okay, okay. So we're gonna do 1 cup of rice. Now on the Instant Pot, it has a rice button, you know, that you can just put in the rice and push the rice button. However, I always just do the time setting. I don't know why the rice button scares me. I like, as much as possible, I like to be, you know, have manual controls. So we'll probably just do a manual timed cook tonight. So let's go ahead and get that cup of rice going. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. No rice weevils that I can see. Do you guys put your rice in the freezer? I remember growing up, I think my mom used to put the rice in the freezer because they get like little weevils in them, and so the freezer like kills the eggs. I don't know if that's something you guys know about, but maybe I should put that in the freezer. It would be quite gross to open up the rice bag and have a little weevil fly out at me. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna rinse the rice here. Let it soak for just a little minute. All right, and I'm using a recipe. I'm using a pepper steak recipe just off Google. And so it sounds pretty simple. We're going to cook the rice in the Instant Pot, and then at the same time, we're going to cook the steak, and then we're going to saute the bell peppers, and then at the very end, we make a little glaze with soy sauce. Now, I don't have traditional soy sauce, but what I do have, oh, it might be in the fridge. Let me check. Hold on. Here we go. What I do have is this Japanese barbecue sauce, which it's a little different. It's not quite soy sauce, but it's similar. In fact, the main ingredient in this stuff, the first ingredient is non-GMO soy sauce. And then it's got some cane sugar, some tomato paste, organic ginger. So it sounds pretty good. It's, you know, it's a little different, but I think it's going to turn out pretty tasty. So that's what we're going to try tonight for the glaze, little Japanese barbecue sauce. Also, we need cornstarch. So I got a little cornstarch here. That's going to kind of thicken it up a little bit. And let me see. Let me check the recipe here, see if I'm missing anything for the glaze. Soy sauce, cornstarch, sugar. That's pretty much it. Tablespoon, teaspoons. So I have, let me see. As far as the measuring cups, I have a teaspoon. I don't have a tablespoon measuring cup. I should. But there's probably a conversion, right? How many teaspoons are in a tablespoon? Let's see if there's just like a straight off. How many teaspoons in a tablespoon? 3. Holy cow. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. So, for example, it calls for 1 tablespoon of sugar. So we'll just do 3 teaspoons. But then it calls for 3 tablespoons of this soy sauce, or in this case, Japanese barbecue sauce. So that's how we're going to do it. When you're living as a minimalist in a vehicle, space is limited. So I kind of, like on my measuring cups, I just have a 1 cup and I just kind of work with that. So that's what we're going to do. All right, let me pour out this rice here. I basically just filled my measuring cup with water. I'm just kind of letting it strain out. Now I'm going to rinse it. And then we'll pour it into the Instant Pot. Here we go. And then when you're making rice in the Instant Pot, I always just do a 1-to-1 rice to water ratio. So we got 1 cup of brown rice. And then we're going to go 1 cup of water. So we got all the rice off. Now we're going to hit it with some water. Here we go. 1 cup water. All right, that should be it. And then let me check what the timer is for rice in the Instant Pot. Man, I just use Google for everything. How many minutes to cook rice in Instant Pot? Don't tell me to push the rice button. 3 minutes. Yeah, so you cook it on a high for 3 minutes, and then you let it naturally release, which is 10 minutes. And then it takes like 5 minutes to get up to temperature. So that's going to be close to 30 minutes. So we'll go ahead and drop the rice in. let me move the camera over. You can see the Instant Pot. So we got the 1 cup rice, 1 cup water. We're gonna drop this in the Instant Pot. We're gonna pressure cook it on high for 3 minutes. There we are. Alrighty, let me check the chat. How's everybody doing? Internet is laggy, video issues. Maybe I got too many things using the internet. Let's see. Let me switch over cameras here. Let me check the chat real quick. Let me check the chat. Sean is here. Nomad Brad live on a Friday night. You should make a cooking book. Use rice option for brown rice. 98 degrees in February. It's so hot right now. It's crazy down here. Sophia's here. I didn't get a notification. Well, I'm happy you found me anyway. The weevils are a little extra protein kick. There you go. Tim Scott says, I'm going to get some allulose to help my sugar intake. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always looking for sugar alternatives. As humans, you know, we always like a little bit of sweet, but whatever you can do that doesn't like spike your blood sugar and make you all weird, then it's a better choice. Shore Lover says, weevils suck. You can put it in jars and heat the rice to sterilize it, dry it. Okay, that's an option. John C. says, allulose is a plant-based sweetener. Goes nice on wings. Nomad's Cookbook. I'm definitely going to do a Nomad cookbook. I'm thinking this, really this summer while I'm traveling, I'm not doing build projects. I'm going to have way more time. And what I want to do is I want to go to cool locations and then make the meals at the cool locations, make a cookbook, take some pretty photos. So like, you know, at the lake, at the mountain, at the river, make some cool meals. So I think it'll be really exciting. So that's the plan. So that's what I'm going to do this summer. Don W says 46 degrees in Eastern Washington. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Have you ever camped near a haunted house? I have not. I have not. Internet is laggy. Video live issues. Lag. Hopefully it clears up. I'm on Starlink. Let me know. Dastardly Saboteur says no lag for me. No video here. Processed sugar is so bad, looking amazing. Colors are starting to pop in the box. Thank you so much. Yes, the colors are looking nice. It's finally looking kind of homey in here. Let me get the rest of the food going. It's looking homey in here, and I just feel so much better about it. It was feeling pretty, pretty sterile before, just kind of bland. And, you know, I always had plans to spice it up and add some color, but until you've actually done it, you know, it feels like there's something missing. So here's the steak. Oh, I'll show you guys. So when you go to the grocery store, the cool thing is they have all kinds of meat you can get now. And they actually sell like thinly sliced beef. And so this is meant for like fajitas and stuff. Sorry, the camera's looking for my face, so it's all wiggly. So if you get the fajita meat, it's already sliced nice and thin. And so that'll work easily for tonight's video. So we're using some fajita beef. We got some onion, and then I need the bell pepper. Let's see. And I actually have way more bell pepper than I'm gonna need. But I got this little 2-pack of mixed bell peppers. So we're gonna use these for tonight. Let's see, let me switch over cameras here. Back to the cooking camera. Here we are. Alrighty. Video is fine. Video and audio is crystal clear. Live on a Friday. Yes, we're doing things a little different. I'm just trying to add a little additional content. Hang out with you guys on a Friday night. So I was going to cook up some pepper steak anyway tonight. And I figured why not just do a live stream and hang out with you guys. I like hanging out with you guys. So I got the skillet on level 3. I'm going to be adding some olive oil. That's my preferred cooking oil. So we're just going to kind of coat the pan with some olive oil. Let it heat up. Then we're going to add the steak. That's actually That's probably more steak than I really need, but I gotta cook it all up anyway, so that's okay. So we'll let that heat up. Let me see what the recipe said. Oops. Let me see what the recipe said about the order of operations here. That's like the biggest thing. I'm new to cooking, so that's like the biggest thing that kind of throws me off. Okay, so we're cooking the steak first, then we're kind of sautéing the vegetables, and then we're adding the glaze at the end. Okay, so that makes sense. Let me pull up. Where are we at here? Where are we at here? Oh, I guess I got the recipe in too many places. All right. Check on the chat. Check on the chat. Thanks for my name on the countertop. Not my channel name, but my real one. So I'm incognito. Hello from Saturday. That's actually, yeah, that's funny, right? Like, if you're, known on the internet by your internet name, you could use your real name on the countertop, and nobody would know no one on the internet would know that's you. That's kind of backwards, right? Usually people use internet names to be incognito, but if you're known on the internet, it's a little bit opposite. All right. I can always tell when the pan is ready when I'm using olive oil because I start to get like an olive oil smell in the box truck. By the way, this olive oil I'm using, it's not the olive oil in that container. I just have been reusing that container because it's like small and it fits in my cupboard well. But I have like a big one, a lot larger one, maybe like a half gallon that I refill that with. And it's actually from Italy. So it's imported Italian olive oil, and I'll tell you what, the flavor is like night and day difference. The funny thing is I actually got it at TJ Maxx. I'm telling you guys, it's amazing the things you can get at TJ Maxx that are actually really good quality, but they have a lot of imported stuff. So like this olive oil I got, that was imported from Italy. You can get pasta at TJ Maxx, it's imported from Italy. And what's cool about the imported pasta is like Italy doesn't use glyphosate. So if you guys have gone down the rabbit hole of like glyphosate and all that type of stuff, if you get pasta from Italy, they don't use it. So I like to try to do that whenever I can. Get the good stuff. Get the good stuff. All right, so we got the meat's cooking. And then I'm gonna need a little container to put the extra meat in. Let me grab that. Switch up cameras just to keep it interesting. Let's see. All right. So I have this little Tupperware here. This is, I have some ground beef. I cooked up some ground beef and put it in here yesterday. So I used that today for my breakfast. But after I cook up this meat, I'm gonna just put the extra in here. So it'll live in here with the ground. We'll have ground beef, and then we'll have some fajita beef just kind of hanging out in the same container. Nothing wrong with that. They can be friends. They can be friends. Exile says, I got Australian olive oil at Costco. Yeah, Costco has some good stuff too. They won't let us plant olive trees in Arizona. Who's they? Who's they? They won't let us. It's easier to reach from a large screen. Yeah, it's so much easier. I have the screen up for the chat because when I'm cooking and stuff, it's easier just to look over. I can see the chat. Otherwise, I can't. I have to go all the way to my computer. So that's like a live stream, or that's like a van life issue, right? Space is kind of limited. So anyway, we're doing what we can, but the TV works really good, except I understand, oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. I understand, maybe for you guys it's not ideal. All right, here we go. Back to the cooking cam. I'm just flipping over this steak. So I'm gonna have to cook all of this. So it'll be a little minute. It'll be a little minute, but we'll flip this over. And then after we cook this, there we go. After we cook this, then we will put it in the Tupperware, and then we'll cook the other batch, and we'll use that for the pepper steak tonight. I'm pretty excited. Somebody in the chat was asking about the keychains. All the keychains are spoken for. I only had 6. As far as who they're going to, I have to look at the email list again. I got a lot of emails. I probably got like 30 emails of people wanting the keychains, and so the first 6 will get them. I don't have the name list right now. I'll try to look at that and send. I'll try to mail them out. What's today? Friday? Maybe Monday. Maybe I can mail them out Monday, and then I'll announce it on Wednesday's live stream. So I'll let you guys know if you should be expecting keychains in the mail. But I appreciate everybody that wanted one. I wish I had more. Maybe Stefan wants to whip up some more and sell them. Sell them if you guys want to buy one. I don't know. We'll have to ask him. We'll have to ask him. I thought they were pretty clever though. All right. Letting that beef cook. I think I'm also supposed to have onion as well. Backsplash is rocking, says Stuart. Thank you so much. I really like I mean, look how cool that is in the video now, right? Like we got this going on. We got all this. We got this like Arizona desert highway going off into the mountains. I think it really jazzes things up, just compared to how they were looking before. Onion. Yeah, I got to chop some onion and some bell pepper. So let me go ahead and do that while we're waiting on the beef to cook. Take a hit of water here. So good. All right, so we got the bell pepper right here. Uh, 70 degrees in Bama. Is that Alabama? I believe it. HBA Dave wants to know if the cooking vent is on the list. HBA Dave is really excited about that vent. The vent for my exhaust fan. He's very excited about it. He always wants to know if it's been complete yet. And it has not. It's on the list. So my primary goal with the box truck, you know, was to make improvements that allow me to make better videos. And so that's why I haven't focused on the kitchen exhaust vent, because it doesn't really add to the vibe of the video, right? So like the backsplash, the countertop, the upper cabinets, all that stuff, I believe makes the videos look better. But having a functioning kitchen exhaust hood doesn't really help the video quality. So that's why I just it hasn't been a priority. It's simple as that, but it is on the list. So we'll get to it eventually here. Definitely need it. But yeah, right now I got nothing. I'm just cooking the meats. I guess I could open the window. It's probably a little meaty in here. We'll go ahead and open the window a little bit. All right, let's slice up the pepper here. We gotta cut out the the little inside there. I'm not sure what you call that, but we gotta get that guy out of there. Just doing a little light cooking in the Planet Fitness parking lot. No big deal. Got my workout today. I really noticed I feel a lot better. I mean, I think that's just a human thing in general, but I feel a lot better when I can get a workout every couple days. Especially now since I'm not like traveling and adventuring and hiking. Even though I'm doing building, it's just not the same as getting in like a workout, like some strenuous activity. So I like to go to the gym, ride the bike, and then lift some heavy weights. And I feel a lot better after I do that. Feel a little less lethargic. Now I'm thinking with pepper steak, you usually leave the peppers like in strips, right? Like you don't dice it into little pieces. I think if I can recall. All right, some of this beef is cooked enough, so I'm gonna transfer it into the little overflow container here. And it doesn't have to be fully cooked, because when I use this beef for another recipe, I'll ultimately cook it again, but I wanted to at least, you know, get it out of its raw form. So that's what we're doing. Mission accomplished. So we're gonna put that in the leftover tin with this guy here. Woo! Watch out. And then this guy here. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so now we have these other strips that we'll put on. Get these guys cooking. What does the chat say? HBA Dave says, put my handle on the vent. HBA Dave wants his name on the vent hood. Cardio workout, stop burning calories. Need to get some brown on the meat. You have too much in the pan. Thanks for the videos. Enjoying it with the fam, right? Meow. Thank you, Johnny Kid. I appreciate you hanging out with the fam on this Friday night. We're just doing some light cooking in the P-Fit parking lot. Doing some light cooking. All right, so that's the end of the meat. So now we can throw the meat tray away. Get that out of here. Get it out of here. I'm gonna wipe up some of this sauciness. We had the olive oil got a little saucy on me. We're gonna wipe that up while we're going. Oops, accidentally turned it off. Let's not do that. There we go. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Ooh, let's grab the pepper bits as well. Let me go ahead and cut. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this nub out of the bell pepper. We'll throw that in the trash. All right. All right, and then let's slice up this bell pepper. Slice it, slice it, slice it into strips. There we go. There we go. All right, nice. I think on the bell pepper, even one bell pepper is like way more than I need, you know, for tonight's dinner. So we're gonna have extra. We're gonna have extras of everything. I guess I could put the bell peppers. Let's see. Let's see. So when you're living that mobile lifestyle, space is limited. I'm always trying to conserve, combine, especially like leftover containers. So I think I'm gonna put these bell peppers in with this cucumber salad that I made the other day, which is basically just cucumber, onion, oil, and vinegar. So if I put the bell pepper in here, it'll just be like a little marinade. Nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna trim the white off of this. Okay, so this bell pepper right here, this is the good stuff. This is what we actually want to use for the pepper steak. So I'm gonna try to be really nice with these guys. Cut them nicely, cut them thin. There we go. There we go. All right. And I guess actually I can make a big batch of pepper steak and then I can just have leftovers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So we'll slice this. We got that guy. This little nubbin. I think I'm gonna trash this guy. We'll save this one though. This one looks pretty good. Trim that guy down. Okay, so we'll count these as scraps. We won't use those. Zoom you guys back out. We need another paper towel here. All right, so this is gonna go in the trash right here. Okay, and then we'll put this guy back in the fridge. There he is. Okay. Oh, here's another little trash piece. All right, let's check on our... Oops, hold on, bear with me. Check on our pepper steak here. We got a... Oh, you know what? I was supposed to use salt and pepper. I don't think it's too late for that. I think I can add that now. I definitely need to flip this steak over, though. It's a little pink. It's still a little pink. By the way, I am in a Planet Fitness parking lot, and so I think it shuts down around 10. You can't stay the night here. They kick you out. So after I'm done eating, what time is it? 7:40, so I got a few hours. 8, 9, 10, couple hours. But after I'm done eating, I'm going to have to go roll out and find a stealth camping spot for the evening, which won't be tough. There's a lot of spots in the area, but it is something I have to be aware of. Okay, let's do some salt. And some pepper. Yes, yes. I feel like, well, pepper steak, I guess the pepper is because of the bell pepper, right? Not because of like black pepper. But I still feel like you could put a lot of black pepper on it. I think that'll add to the deliciousness of it. I do believe. I do believe. All right. Let's check the camera. Oh, by the way, I ordered I had the new security camera delivered for the back of the box truck, the one that's on like a little gimbal that I can look around with. And so I'm going to be installing that this week, maybe like Tuesday. Because right now all I have is the front-facing camera. But you guys can take a look. See the parking lot. So that's right above the cab, right above the front cab of the box. And so you can see there's pretty much no one in the parking lot. But yeah, pretty soon I'll have the rear one up, and then I'll be able to, that'll be kind of cool because it's interactive. So I can like drag it around, look sideways, look up and down. I'm excited for that. But yeah, it looks pretty quiet out there. The Planet Fitness lights are still on. They're not closed yet. They're actually Planet Fitness is probably open later on a Friday night. They might be open till like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11. I think during the week they shut down earlier. And on Sunday for sure. I think on Sunday they close at 9. All right, so we're going to put the extra peppers and cucumbers in the fridge. Save that for later. All right, there it is. Let me check on the chat. Is he growing a potato? Yes, I am growing a potato. This is a sweet potato. And it's quite happy. It started out with just one little squiggly vine, and it's like totally taken over my wall. I like it. I think it's cool. I feel like I'm in a jungle. Look at this. Look at that. Dang, look at all that plant. All that plant action. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's move this steak around. We're getting some brown on it, by the way, for the person that was concerned it wasn't brown enough. I totally agree, but now we're getting some color on it. I just had to move through that big chunk of extra meat. In fact, I'm going to pull this guy out. We're not going to need all this tonight. That's way too much. Way too much for me, man. All right. There we go. Now we're getting some brown on it. Now we're getting some brown on it. All right. There we go. There we go. Nice. Okay. I'll bring you guys in and show you what we're looking like here. All right. Let's see here. I don't know why I can't get that latch. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So here's an up-close shot at the steak. You can see we're getting some brown on those pieces down there. We still got to cook it for a little bit longer, but it's looking a lot better. Here's all the extra steak we're going to have for leftovers for breakfast and lunch, maybe dinner tomorrow. Oops. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. My camera didn't like me fussing with the cord. Let me move this around. We got to make some, we're making some adjustments. I'll tell you, it's quite the journey. Oops. It's quite the journey being a mobile content creator, right? I mean, you know, like a regular cooking channel, I mean, they're in a house. They got all their permanent stuff, plenty of space. But, you know, if you're working out of a vehicle, it's a little extra challenge. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. Okay, let's see if the camera's back. Coyote with the super chat. Thank you so much, Coyote. Hold on. I gotta look. We got a couple super chats here. DMC Connolly 1217 super chat says, I didn't know you were on Fridays. This is just a random live stream. It wasn't really planned. I appreciate you attending and I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Additionally, Coyote 0313 with the super chat. Thank you so much, Coyote. I appreciate the support. Every dollar goes into the gas tank. It helps me get moving down the road. Should be 24/7. You talking about a live stream? 24/7 live stream? John C says you missed HBA Dave making soap with his name on it to send to Nomad Brad. I don't know what that is. I wasn't aware of that, sir. Oh, John C's making stuff up. He's a joker. You gotta watch out for that, John C. Gotta watch out for that, John C. What's the base like? Is it like a glue? The bait. Oh, you're talking to John C. Pepper steak looks good. Your interior is looking fire from Robin Breen. Thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate it. Sup, Brad? The steak looks pretty good from Flip Warrior. Thank you so much, Flip. Another option for sweetener is glycine. I've definitely heard of glycine. I wasn't aware it was a sweetener. I was thinking it was like a like a supplement. I didn't know it had like a flavor to it, but that's good to know. I always, always like to know the options. Okay, so the steak's looking pretty good. Let me flip it over. Oh yeah. It almost looks like bacon, just based on the shape of it. But I like that. That's a pretty good consistency. Okay. It's getting a little smoky. We're out of I think we've got to the end of our olive oil there. Okay, let's see. Let me check the recipe here. So we're done with the steak. Mix your soy sauce, cornstarch, sugar, and spices. Pour it over the steak. Place it in the refrigerator. Oops. They put the glaze over the steak and then they cook the vegetables, then they put the glaze back on the vegetables. That sounds like they're glaze maxing. That sounds like a lot. Okay, let's make this glaze though. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, cornstarch, and sugar. What am I gonna make the glaze in? I'm gonna turn that skillet off. I don't have like a little container. Oh, I have this weird little like cup thing. I think that could be like the glaze container. Let me give it a little rinse. It's got a little sawdust in it from all my kitchen construction. Give it a little wipe. Okay, yeah, I think we can do the glaze in that. Looks like a glazed dish. All right, we got the teaspoon ready. Now there was 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon, so it wants 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, which will be 3 teaspoons. You gotta be careful with this cornstarch. It always wants to just jump right out at you. So we're gonna go, let's bring you guys down here. We're gonna go 1. It's gonna be it's a little hefty. That's like a little, that's a strong teaspoon. There's 1, here's 2, here's 3. So 3 teaspoons, that should be 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. And then we want 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, which would be 9 teaspoons. And 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. All right, so let me rinse the teaspoon here. We'll rinse it. Give it a little wipe. Here we go. 4 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon? Google said it was 3. Wash your hands this time. I refuse. Never. I want to buy a step truck, 16-foot or larger. Google said, let me double check. It said 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon. It says 3 teaspoons equals 1 U.S. tablespoon. And then there's another question right below it that literally says, is 4 teaspoons the same as 1 tablespoon? And it says, again, 3 teaspoons is 1. So I'm going to go 3 to 1. I mean, you could be right. The internet could be wrong, but I'm just going to go with that. But I appreciate the support, trying to help me out. Okay, so we're going to do the sugar, 1 tablespoon and a half. We'll use 4 teaspoons for that. So we'll go, this is that allulose, right? It's like a sugar substitute. We'll go 1, 2. So 3 teaspoons should be 1 tablespoon, and then it wants a half, but we'll just put in another. So there's our 4 teaspoons. It seems like a lot of sugar. You know what, too, I just thought about is I don't know that soy sauce has sugar in it. However, this Japanese barbecue sauce I'm using as a substitute does have sugar. So I actually might not need as much, but it's too late. We're already there. So it says 3 tablespoons of sauce, which would be 9 teaspoons. So we got to count it out. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm just going kind of, there's a little fly in here. Oh, I got him. Dead. I'm just going kind of wild here with my teaspoons. All right, let me throw this fly paper towel away. Hold on. All right, and then, so there we are. Let me rinse this teaspoon. Rinse that guy off. We'll wash all this stuff later. Okay. So the steak is done. Let me put that aside. Let me get my bowl. By the way, I've been loving this bowl plate that I got at Target. Before this, I pretty much always just ate out of a regular bowl, but I've really been enjoying having a plate after 7 years of living in a vehicle and eating out of a bowl. So I'm actually really happy with how this steak turned out. It's really thin and it's got a nice dark brown to it. So I think that's gonna be like that. I think that's a really good consistency for pepper steak. All right, let me get a new paper towel. How's the chat doing? Arizona Online says 3 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon. The RV in the background trips me out. What RV in the background? We got Jack Smarts here. Bowl plate. Get a pair of tongs. Oh, I have tongs. I do have tongs. I'm a professional cook, but I slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Hey, there you go, brother. Doing it up nomad style. I like it. Professional cook at the Holiday Inn. What you doing? Nothing, chilling at the Holiday Inn. So here's that glaze. We got to mix it up. It's looking, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough liquid. It seems a little, oh, maybe. It seems a little thick. But also, that Japanese barbecue sauce is a little thicker than soy sauce. So maybe I could add like a little water to it. You know what? I thought this recipe called for rice vinegar for something. Onion, bell pepper, steak, cornstarch, garlic powder. I don't see it here. I thought it called for rice vinegar. I don't know. Okay, so here's the glaze. It doesn't seem like that much, really. Let's give it a little taste. Ooh, it's good. What I like about this Japanese barbecue sauce is it has ginger in it. So it has kind of a nice like Asian ginger flavor. Okay, so that sauce, it's good though. Honestly, I don't think you even needed to make the glaze. I think honestly you could have just poured the Japanese barbecue sauce right on top and it would have been just fine. All right, let's go ahead and do the bell peppers. Let me scrape out the beef here a little bit. We'll go dump this in the trashola. Into the trashola with you, sir. All right, so now we're gonna put in a little more oil, and then we're going to saute the peppers, lightly saute the peppers. And we'll pretty much be in business. So let's hit up some more of our Italian olive oil. It smells so fragrant. I just can't get over how much better it smells than like just regular run-of-the-mill olive oil. It's incredible. Okay, so we got that. Let's kick this guy back on. And then we'll throw the peppers in. Oops. Let me wipe it down. We got a little splatter here. I like to always clean as I go. It just helps out. When you're all done cooking, there's like less of a mess if you just clean as you go. Also, I think it just looks nicer to not have your cooking space be an absolute disaster. Okay, so we got this. We're gonna put what did it say on the peppers? Do we do anything to the peppers? Toss your vegetables and cook for 3 to 5 minutes. No. Okay, so you just toss the peppers, I guess. We'll let that heat up a little bit more. Okay, so we're done with this. We'll put the extra meat away. That'll be leftovers. I don't want to put it in the fridge yet. I heard you're not supposed to put hot things into the fridge. I'm curious about that. I don't know what the difference is. Like, does it do something to the food, or is it just make it like more work for your refrigerator to have to cool down a hot item? I'm curious why they say that, like what the difference is. All right, olive oil away, pepper away. There we go. We're almost done, guys. We're whipping right through it. Cornstarch away. Yes. There it is. Okay. We'll go ahead and throw the peppers into the mix. Here we go. Alrighty. Wipe off my knife here, and then we'll put that aside until we get to the dishes. Wipe out the teaspoon, especially with like the soy sauce. You don't want to leave your teaspoon all soy saucy. That's a mess. Especially, when you're living this lifestyle, you don't have like unlimited water, and I don't have hot water right now. So if you're in a house, it's easy to just fill the sink with hot soapy water, let everything soak. But you know, when you're a nomad and in a vehicle and resources are limited, I'm always trying to think ahead and you know, cook in a way that maximizes my available resources. So that includes cleaning things out as soon as they get dirty before they get all gross and weird. All right. Okay. So we got the cutting board wiped down. Got the meat tray. We got the glaze. Oh, shoot. I accidentally hit the off button while I was wiping it. So we gotta fire that back up. That's okay. That's okay. We got time. We got time. How's the... I don't really see... Let's see. I don't really see any splatter on the backsplash. Not yet. I don't think tonight's cooking really did any splatter, so that's kind of cool. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right. So the rice is done. Yeah, the rice is ready to go. It's just kind of hanging out in the Instant Pot, staying warm. I might take a look at it and fluff it. Let me get my second fork. I have 2 forks in the box truck here. So this will be the rice fork. Ooh, it looks good. It looks really good. It looks perfect. Nice. Awesome. So what I noticed right away on the rice, it's not stuck in the bottom of the pan. Sometimes when I cook white rice in the Instant Pot, it gets like, I think it has a lot more starch in it or something, because sometimes it'll get like gooey in the bottom of the pan, but that stuff looks really good. Like there's no goo at the bottom. It looks, you know, moist, but not gooey, not wet, so that's good. I think we're in business. All right, and the peppers are kicking up. You can hear them sizzling now, so we'll let that cook for a few more minutes. Let's check on the chat. Let's see, let me switch camera. It's gonna be a minute for that to cook. Let me switch cameras here. I go like this. What's the zoom out? I forget, wait a minute. I forget what the zoom out is. I think it's this. No, that's the tracking. Is it this? There it is. There's the zoom out. Okay. Let me see. Let me check the chat here really quick while we're waiting on those peppers. It's me, Valdo. Says putting hot food directly into the fridge can raise the internal temperature, creating a danger zone that fosters bacterial growth and risks spoilage. I mean, that's good to know. Okay, I get it. We won't put hot stuff in the fridge. Arvine with Bandit says, I bet that window is really letting in some fresh air. That thing is cranked as far as she can go. Yeah, I got the side window open, so we got a nice airflow, getting the meat smells out. Plus the AC is cranking, so it feels nice and cool. I'm comfortable in here. Onions, don't forget the onions. I know, this recipe, it doesn't say shit about onions. Ooh, I'm sorry, that was a bad word. I don't know what happened. I feel like I had a good recipe, and I feel like this is not the right one. Here's the onions. I guess I'll put them in with the pepper. I think that makes sense. I think it makes sense to chop the onions in with the pepper. In with the pepper. Okay. That's okay. The onions will cook pretty quickly. So that's not a problem. All right, here we go. Last minute crisis averted. We got the onions in there. We'll give it a little stir, and then we'll let it continue to cook. There we go. There we go. All right, all right. I'll tell you what, though, I'm definitely going to have to soak this pan for sure. That's okay. That's okay. We ain't worried about it. All right, onions back in the fridge. Back in the fridge. Sid Hart HP, do you do YouTube full time? Yes, I do. You a freelancer? No, YouTube pays my bills. That's my job. No blue spots. What does that mean? Your meat is gonna get cold. Yeah, I'm gonna toss it back in the skillet. I think you're supposed to put it all back in the skillet and then put the glaze on top. So we'll warm it back up. Lloyd Grieve is here from Southern Ontario, Canada. Phil's Camping Review says looking good. Don't eat the rice first. No, the rice will go at the bottom. You shouldn't put. Okay, we know about the. Yeah, I won't put hot food in the fridge. Yes, I did. I did wash the rice. It turned out really good, by the way. Am I really far up in the chat? No, I'm good. I'm here. Nomad Brad goes in timeout. Ah, I said a bad word. I don't think you could put me in timeout. That'd be the end of the video. Marcus Allen says e-bike van life doesn't care at all. Yeah, he lets him fly, man. When he's working, he lets him fly. Crisper Hale Gaming. I love you with a passion. Woo! That's a strong commitment, sir. Do you have a donation link? I mean, I think you can send me a donation through YouTube. Somewhere down there in the chat, there's a thing to send a donation. I'm not sure how it works. I'm in Yuma, Arizona. Carturk 9239. Was your Wi-Fi set up? I'm using Starlink for internet. I love it. Works pretty well. I'm happy with it. Gunner Duels says, been watching the past few weeks. Loving the content. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, man. I'm feeling those onions. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. All right. Let's stir it up a little bit. And I think we're getting close. I want to put the meat back in here, but let me double check this bummer recipe and see what it says. Yeah, so you put everything back into the skillet and then you heat it up together. So I'm going to let the peppers cook maybe a little bit more. I'll show you guys what we're working with here. And then you let me know what you think. Hold on, let me spread these out a little bit. All right. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Let me change cameras over here. Back to the DJI Pocket 3. Here we go. All right. Here's what we got on the bell pepper and the onion. So basically, I want to cook it up, and then for the last like 2 to 3 minutes, I put the meat back in, heat the meat back up, and then we pour the glaze on top. So I think we're pretty close. What do you guys think? I mean, I think those peppers they're a little black. You can tell they're a little, like a tiny bit shriveled, you know, from the heat. It's cooked some of the moisture out of them, which is what we want. What do you guys think? How's those peppers looking? Real Cruz in the chat says, wait till I'm cooking in my work parking lot. RVing with Bandit says, do you drive with the bed down? No, I drive with the bed in the up position. For sure, yeah. So I've been here in this parking lot all day, so that's why the bed is down. I was doing a little computer work on the laptop laying in bed, doing a little video editing. But yeah, I mean, the cool thing is the bed is so easy to just fold up. It doesn't take hardly any time, so it's not like a big deal. All right, we're going to go ahead and add the meat back into this. Those peppers are looking pretty good. Yeah, Real Cruz has a box truck. He got an ex U-Haul, and so he's going to be cooking in his rig. I'll tell you guys, it's just so convenient to be able to have your entire house with you at any given time. You know, like if you're at work and you're on a break or something, you can just go to the parking lot, cook a meal, take a nap, you know, use your computer, watch TV. It's pretty awesome. Pretty stinking awesome. Oh, that AC feels so good. It's still hot outside. It's 89 degrees right now outside the box truck. The weather station says 81 degrees inside, but that's like over in the corner. Out here, I'm right in front of the AC, so it's much, much colder blowing on me. Woo! We gotta stay hydrated. All right. So now we're mixing back up the peppers with the steak, with the onions. It's looking good, guys. It's looking real good. Looking real good. Although, to be honest, I don't think I have enough glaze. I mean, compared to how many peppers, how much pepper and steak I have, I feel like I should have done a double batch. But that's okay. We'll just pour it on top. And then I guess if I want to, I can always just add more straight barbecue, Japanese barbecue sauce to it. I might just put in a little dash anyway. Just a little dash. And I think I might put some on the rice as well. There we go, there we go. All right. All right. Let me wipe out this bowl plate again, and then we'll put the rice in here. Put the pepper steak on top. I think it's going to be a pretty good-looking meal. Might be Instagram worthy. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. How's the chat doing? Just Marcus Allen says, just add water, add more barbecue sauce. What about a pinch? What about a fat pinch? Who was that? Cooking, was it Cooking with Jan? With her fat pinch of salt? How many mini egg rolls can you consume in a sitting? That's funny. How many was in that package that I ate? I want to say it was like, I think it was 8. It was 8 mini egg rolls. I think I ate 8 all in one. Yeah, that was a lot. I was surprised when I first cooked them. I thought it was gonna be way too much, but I downed them. All right, so I'm gonna zoom you guys in. We're gonna put the glaze now. We're gonna put the glaze on it, let it cook. Let it cook, boys. Here it is. Whoop. We're just gonna drizzle it on top. Actually, it looks better on, like, once you pour it out into the skillet. It doesn't look, it looks like it's enough. It's gonna be enough. Although I did add a couple little extra glugs, to be fair. All right, so let's see. Let's scoot that around a little bit. Let's turn down the temperature. That looks good. That looks really good. It smells good too. You can really smell the ginger in this sauce. All right, let me zoom you guys back out. Now we're gonna grab the rice from the Instant Pot. All right, here we go. Yeah, so check it out. We used brown rice instead of white, but look at it. Like when I scrape the bottom, it's not all gooey. If you guys have ever made white rice in the Instant Pot, sometimes it gets all gooey. That looks just about perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and make a little bed of rice here. Oh, that looks so good. I think I'm gonna have extras anyway. All right, let me get a little leftover container here. All right, and we'll put the extra rice directly in here into the leftovers. Here it goes. Here it goes. Just hanging out in a Planet Fitness parking lot, making some pepper steak. People outside have no idea what is happening right now. They got no idea the deliciousness going down inside this box truck. All right, so that'll be the leftovers. I'm gonna throw a little water in this pot so it doesn't get all funky. Gotta keep the funk down to a minimum funk. All right, we got the rice, we got the pepper steak. Let me grab this here, my little pot holder. Give you guys an up close shot of the steak with the peppers, with the glaze, with the onion. It's looking really good. The only thing is I should have maybe cut down the steak. They're kind of big pieces, but that's okay. We ain't worried about it. Dang. Oh man, that looks so good. That looks so good, guys. I tell you what, the more that I do cooking, listen to me. The more that I cook, the less intimidating it becomes. And I just realized it's not that difficult. I just never really did a lot of cooking, when I was younger. I mean, I would like make my own food, but it was super basic, like I would just cook rice, grill chicken, cook meat, but I wasn't really doing meals like this. But the more I do it, the more confident I am. And everything usually just seems to turn out pretty delicious. I'm grateful for that. All right. Whew. Watch out. We're going to use this fork. Here we go. And let me rinse out the glaze cup here. We don't want the glaze cup to get funky. All right. Got that. Let me grab this little paper towel here, give it a quick wipey. All right. There we go. Okay, we'll wash that out a little bit later. And then I definitely want to put some water in the skillet. It's looking pretty crazy. Let me put the lid back on here. And let me grab the skillet. It's almost time to eat, guys. Just gonna hit it with a little water. There we go. All right, we'll deal with that later. Turn this light off, and it's time to eat. Here's our final look, finished product. Look at that. We got the rice, the beef, the bell pepper with the glaze, with the onion. Looking pretty good. I think we did a good job just for winging it. We will switch over cameras here. Is it this one? Or is that the zoom? I always forget. There's two different hand signs. Hold on. What's this one do? There we go. This is the follow. Okay, got it. I need a towel. Where's the orange one? I want to use the orange towels because those are brand new. And they're pretty soft. I don't want to scratch the countertop here. Okay, woo. There we go. Here we go. Kind of done with the TV. Just push that back out of the way. Let me shut the window here. Let the AC do its thing. Test out our pepper steak. All right, here we go. Here we go. In the Nomad Brad box truck, tiny home on wheels. We got the pepper steak. How you guys doing in the chat? We got Fusion here from Albany, Oregon. I grew up in Oregon. Lloyd Grieve says, I'm hungry now. Box truck smells like pepper steak. Yeah, right? Anybody walking by is going to be like, oh, that box truck smells good. HBA Dave likes it. He says, how colorful. I'm watching on a 55-inch TV looking delicious. All right, here we go. Let's try this out, man. Let's try this out. I think I need a knife. The best knife is the knife you have. So I'm going to use this Kershaw pocket knife to cut up my steak. That's van life, baby. All right. So here we go. We got some rice with the peppers with the steak. Mmm. Mmm. Take my microphone off so I'm not chomping in your ear. Oh man. That is so good. You know what's really weird? It almost has a pineapple flavor. It's probably the ginger in that Japanese barbecue sauce, but if I didn't know any better, I would think there's like pineapple juice in here. Oh, it's so good. Mmm. Mmm. Well, I think I should definitely put the pepper steak in the cookbook. Really tasty, easy to make, and if I can just wing it and not mess it up, then you guys can make it too. I think that's one good thing about like the food I make or the recipes I make is like if I can do it as not really knowing how to cook, then you guys can definitely do it. So I'll be the canary in the coal mine on the cooking expedition for you guys. So good. We got a super chat from Ethan Music 11. Arvine with Bandit says there's a large crumb on the counter. Better get out the micro paper towel and get that thing. Thank you so much, Bandit. Oh, you're funny. Ethan says, how do you get over your fear of women? Man, I'll tell you what, Ethan. I don't know how old you are, but I definitely sympathize with the younger generation. I mean, when I was a teenager, really interested in women, it was a whole different world. There was no social media. There was no Facebook. It was a lot easier. Women, I don't know. It just seemed a lot easier. Nowadays, with social media, everything is all messed up. So I don't really have any good advice for you. Other than you got to just do it, right? Anything you want to get over, right? Like your fear of heights, fear of driving, fear of anything, you have to just practice, right? So that's all I could say is if you just practice talking to ladies, I would say in person too. I would suggest you try to talk to women in person in public. Which even that is hard because it's like, where do you even find women at? I mean, people don't go to the mall anymore. It's just so much different. Such a different world these days. HBA Dave says we had dial-up. I did, man. Actually, when I was first, interested in girls, I didn't even have it. That was before internet. That would have been like late 90s. Like 98 maybe, 99. We didn't have internet. This is so tasty. I wish you guys could taste it. What's interesting is this poor Instant Pot, it's so old. It's like, it's slowly dying on me. I've had this thing for over 7 years. I actually owned this Instant Pot before I moved into my first van. That's how old this thing is. And for my first couple years of van life, this was my only source of cooking, reheating, and I even used it to boil water to make coffee. So literally for my first 2 years of van life, I used this Instant Pot every day, 3 times a day. Heating coffee in the morning, cooking up lunch, cooking up dinner. So it's got a lot of miles on it, but I noticed The little piece in the back that senses if the lid is closed, it's kind of going out. Sometimes it just randomly makes noises. Anyway, it's on life support, but we're gonna try to keep it going as long as we can. It's been a soldier, and I'll be sad when it finally goes out because it's really the only thing I've had for my entire van life journey. Everything else I've kind of cycled through. Oh, besides this pocket knife, actually, and a girlfriend bought this for me before van life. So this pocket knife and this Instant Pot is like the only thing I possess from early van life days. E-Bike Van Life is here. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Just did a little cooking tonight. Made up some pepper steak. It turned out delicious. We grilled up some fajita meat. And then I cooked some brown rice in the Instant Pot. And then we added, we sauteed bell peppers and onion. And then I made a little glaze sauce with my favorite Japanese barbecue sauce. And it turned out absolutely delicious. It's so good. And actually, I really like it with the brown rice. It's not as mushy as white rice. I'm really enjoying the brown rice. It's so good. Mm. John C in the chat, talking to E-Bike Van Life, says we've had a couple folks asking about help with their build outs. Do you have contact info? Yeah, E-Bike is very busy. I talked to him the other day. He's really booked out. The line of work he's in, there's not a lot of people that do what he does, that help with van builds. Like right now he's helping a guy he did flooring and then cabinets, I think in a ProMaster, and he can do electrical and solar, so it's hard to find help on that kind of stuff. Todd Fogelman, yes, this is the 3-quart Instant Pot. It's the small one, which works really well for a single person. I think if you were doing meals for 2, you would probably want to get the next size up. But yeah, it works great for just like meals for one person. And it's only 700 watts, so you can run it off a 1,000-watt inverter. When I first started van life 7 years ago, the technology was not nearly what it is now. And so in my first van, I only had a 1,000-watt inverter. That's just, what was available at the time. So that Instant Pot was like the biggest one I could use. E-Bike Van Life is on his first week without crutches. Hell yeah, man. Congratulations. Sounds like you're healing up quite nicely. Lloyd Greaves says my stomach is growling. This pepper steak is so good. You should make it. You should go back and make it. Female President says, what's the next project? So the next thing I'm going to do is mount my rear security camera. I'm going to do that maybe Tuesday. I'm not sure what else, but that's the main thing I want to do is mount the rear camera. And then I'll probably do some other little like finishing up projects. Oh, I want to do the bookshelf. I'm going to make a little bookshelf up on the wall. So I'll probably do the rear camera plus the bookshelf. And then the following week, I'll probably do my toilet slide and then this closet. I'm really itching to hit the road, so I want to try to wrap things up as soon as I can. Phil's Camping Reviews says we've got the same awesome crock pots in Australia, designed for off-grid, very efficient. Heck yeah, man. We got Mind Overdose here. Hey man, I love your content. Thank you so much. Ethan says, what size shoe do you wear? It's an interesting question, Ethan. I wear an 11. Cucumber salad is a good side dish for pepper steak. Yeah, I agree. I could have had some cucumber salad with this. We got it in the fridge. It's on deck. It's on standby, ready to go. So good. One Rockin' Roadie says, it's the weekend. Why aren't you at the desert community getting a massage? Right? I do need a massage. But that, what was her name? Omi? She's gone. She's a nomad. So she was, she was there for a few weeks, but she's gone now. She's like up in Colorado or something. Wait. I don't know for sure where she's at. I saw a video on her Instagram of her in Colorado, but it was sunny. Colorado is like probably snowing right now, so that might have been an old video. I'm not sure where she's at. She might have went back to San Diego. Hey, what's going on, Desert Runner Rick? Undertaker in the chat. Farrell Be Focused says, I'm an RV tech. I'll help. I'm heading out next week. Johnny Blaze says, I've been missing your live streams. Finally getting to see one again live. Keep living good, my guy. Thank you so much, Johnny Blaze. I appreciate it. I'm going to be doing more live streams too once I start traveling. Right now, I'm so busy. The build is just sucking up my time. But once I start traveling again, all I have to do is travel, live, and make videos. So I will do more live streams, and there'll be more content. It's going to be a lot better. More content coming. Phil's Camping Review says, what about the shower? E-Bike Van Life's asking about the camera. So I found a Rio link. I'm trying to remember what the model is. I don't remember the model, but it's on a little turret. And so it swivels like 360 and it goes up and down. So what's really cool about it is like it has like motion tracking. So if someone like walks by your box, it'll like lock onto them. And then it'll like follow them the whole distance. But also you can control it from the app. So the main thing I want it for is, for making videos. So I can be laying in bed, and then I can just like, move it around on the app. I can look over here, look over there. You can zoom in. It has optical zoom. So I forget the model, but it's a Rio link. And it's another Wi-Fi based camera with a solar panel. Anyway, it looks pretty sweet. So I'm excited to put that in. Phil's Camping Reviews. What about the shower? I'm not gonna have time to finish it. I'll do it next winter. I can't, guys. I cannot stay here in Yuma any longer. It's driving me crazy. I can't do it. I'm so burnt out on building. I've been building. I mean, except for a couple breaks here and there for Vansgiving and then Schoolie Palooza, I've basically been building every week since last June. I mean, I'm not trying to be a complainer, but I'm just letting you guys know it's just a lot. And what I really enjoy doing is making videos. Like, I really don't enjoy prolonged building, right? Like, building is something I just do so I can have a nice house, so I can make cool videos. Making videos is what I like to do. So the fact that I'm like having to delay what I want to do, put all the cool videos to the side for 9 months to build out this box truck, it's just super. It's really driving me crazy. It's stressing me out, and I can't take it much longer. So I'm not gonna have time to do the shower. I'll do it next winter. I don't care. I've lived in a vehicle for 7 years without a shower, so I really don't care. You know, just knowing that I'll have one in the future, that's all that matters. I just want to know that I'll be able to install one when the time comes, but I'm in no rush. Mike Carpenter says, I like the orange. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Where are you going next when you hit the road? I'm going to be heading up to Oregon. So I'll be going through Eastern California up to 395, which kind of goes between California and Nevada. So I'll be going up there. It's a really nice highway, pretty remote. So I'm excited to get out of the city. I've been basically living in cities for the last year. Like, I spent a ton of time in San Diego last winter, last summer, and then I came to Arizona. So I'm ready to get out into nature. Although I did spend a little bit of time this summer up in Show Low, so that was nice to be out of a big city. But I'm ready to go, like, travel and just unplug and hit some small town America. I'm excited about it. Paramount Performance says, did you get new countertops? I made new countertops. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, if you watched Wednesday's live stream, I revealed them. But on Sunday's video, I will be showing the process of how I made these countertops. And yeah, I like them. I think they turned out pretty cool. Feral Beef Focused. I'll message you when I get out there because you may not see this. I'll happily trade a massage. Are you a massage therapist? Where are you going? You coming to Arizona or are you going to San Diego? Feral Beef Focused. Nightwing 23 says, waiting for my game Resident Evil. Not too sure about what's coming up from Resident Evil, but I'm glad you have something you're looking forward to. I really enjoyed the Assassin's Creed series. Honestly, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was one of my favorite games ever. Absolutely loved it. I think they're doing a Black Flag remix. They were supposed to announce it like this in March. Not remix, remake. It sounds like it might get pushed back, but I would definitely be excited for a Black Flag remake. I just downloaded the Windrose demo. It's like a pirate game. Looks pretty cool. All right, scrolling through the chat. Scrolling through the chat. E-Bike Van Life says, I'm dying for a road trip. Yeah, dude. I can only imagine, bro. You've been in San Diego for like 2 years. I mean, you did do a little trip up. I think you went to like Utah or Colorado or something for that e-bike expo. But yeah, dude, you've been in San Diego for a long time. I'm itching. I got to get the hell out of here, man. I can't take it. It wouldn't be such a big deal if I wasn't a content creator, but it's so hard to like make fresh content when I'm just in such a small town and there's not a whole lot, not a whole lot to do out here besides stealth camping videos. So I am itching to hit the road. Have you been anywhere north in your current rig? No, I just bought this rig last May in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've only driven in Arizona and then over to San Diego. So this spring will be the first time taking it north. Where in Arizona are you? I'm in Yuma, Arizona. Come to Washington State? Yeah, I'll be going to, I'm planning to go up to Washington to visit my cousins They live in Castle Rock, Washington. So I don't know what part of Washington you're in, but I will be going at least as far as Castle Rock, which I believe is on the Cowlitz River. And so I'll probably try to check out the Cowlitz River, do a little stealth camping down there. Jack Smart says cucumber salad is on the list. Happy to hear it, my man. Phil's Camping Reviews says, I'm also looking forward to start traveling again. Plans are a long trip to Tasmania. Tasmania, that's crazy, dude. I've heard about it. I don't even know where it's at on the map. Is that in Australia, Tasmania? Is that where Taz comes from? The Warner Brothers character, the Tasmanian Devil? I guess he comes from Tasmania. Do they have Tasmanian devils in Tasmania? I think that's a real animal, isn't it? We got a super chat from Crisper Hale Gaming. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate the support. I appreciate it, man. How long will that TV snap in half? It's not going to snap in half, sir. Jonathan Romes says Assassin's Creed Odyssey is all I play. Literally the only game on my Xbox. Dude, I just loved Odyssey so. It was such a beautiful game. I loved the combat. It was just so beautiful. The special abilities, everything about it. I played Origins. I played obviously Odyssey. I played Valhalla. I really liked Valhalla, even though there was a lot of hate for it. What's funny is I played AC Valhalla right after I watched the Vikings TV series. So I was like on this big Vikings kick. And so I think that's why I really connected with the video game Valhalla. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, there was a lot of like bloat content with like all the different interest points, but I still really enjoyed the game. But not as much as Odyssey. Odyssey was by far my favorite. I have the last AC game. I never finished it. Oh, you're talking about Shadows? Yeah, I didn't even buy Shadows, honestly. Oh, Feral Be Focused is an RV tech and a massage therapist. That is quite the mix of skill sets. Massage therapist and an RV tech. Good for you, though. Switching it up. Switching it up. Yeah, AC Shadows, the minute I saw it, I was like, no way. It doesn't look good to me. I don't like the fact that they split the characters up. The female character is not that strong. The big main character is not that nimble. I don't know, man. And then I watched all the reviews, and I saw like the little puzzle games, and I was like, no, this is not for me. It's not for me, sir. So I just stuck to the old, the back catalog. But I will definitely be getting the Black Flag remake if they put it out when it launches. Anderson Brad MC says, my son was really into Assassin's Creed 2. I haven't played Mirage. I would be open to Mirage. It definitely doesn't look like a big game or a long game. But I think it's probably decent. I would play it. But that's kind of the end of my interest in the franchise. I don't really want to do Shadows. I have no interest in Shadows at all. Van Life Culture says not the mount, the upper half of the screen. Yeah, so this TV from here down, this is all the like, main components, like the circuit board, all the connections, the HDMI port, the wall mount, it all mounts down here. The upper part, it's really thin, but that's just the display. It's not cracking in half. It's gonna be just fine, my friend. Anderson Brad MC says San Diego was hot today. RVing with Bandit says, is the RV5 treating you good? It is, yeah, it's working well. Let's see how we're doing after the big cook-a-thon. Give you guys a little update on the electrical system. We definitely used some watts tonight, and we're still using them. So here's an update. Currently 77% battery charge. We're using 488 watts. So that's a combination of all the lighting, the Starlink, the TV, the cameras, the lap. Oh, sorry. I don't have my microphone on. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to take my microphone off. 77% battery, 485 watts is what we're consuming. That's a combination of all the lighting, the Starlink, the television, the laptop. The laptop is also powering the cameras, the refrigerator, plus all the cooking we did. So, you know, we put quite a good load onto the electrical system, but even sitting at a 77% charge, that'll be no problem. By the time I go to bed tonight, it might be sitting down in the 60s. I mean, pretty much all the intense usage is done. It might be sitting in the 60s, but the good news is it's super sunny here in Arizona, so tomorrow the sun will come out strong and give me a full charge, no problem. All right, 8:41 p.m. I got to start cleaning up and getting ready to go find a stealth camping spot. By the way, I have some plans to do some live stream stealth camping. Maybe not here in Yuma, maybe once I start traveling, but basically start the live stream up while I'm driving and then bring you guys along with me as I'm like picking out a spot to stay the night, and then just kind of walk you through all the stuff I'm looking for and kind of go into the evening. So I think that'd be kind of a fun, different style live stream video. So that's in the plans. CRISPR Hale Gaming joined Platinum Nomad. Thank you so much, CRISPR Hale. I appreciate the support. Arvin with Bandit says, I have a Wii and play Wii Sports sometimes. Good for you, man. I'm glad you're having fun. Ethan Music 11, driving my semi-truck build with one hand, watching this with the other hand. Thanks for the content. Oh my goodness. Be safe out there, Ethan Music. You should get a mount for your phone so you're, you know, two hands on the wheel, my man, especially in a semi-truck. Holy cow, man. Be safe out there, brother. Be safe. I don't want to see you on the news upside down in a ditch. You finally said my name right. Most said it wrong. It looks to me like Nightwing 23. KNTWING 23. Nightwing 23. Finished Space Marine 2, 40,000. Do they have turkeys in Turkey? Planet Fitness. Yes, Planet Fitness for the win. That's the membership I use. Sean C with the jokes. What is Mr. T's unmarried sister's name? Miss T. Miss T. Wah wah. Wah wah wah. John C says I'm looking at my Wii game system right now. Is Starlink 12 volt? No, mine is, mine just plugs into the regular 120 volt wall outlet. They make adapters you can get. To run it at 12 volts, but I don't bother. Female president says, how's the AC? The AC is awesome. I love it. Right now it's on. It feels good. It's blowing, keeping me cool, keeping me comfortable. I'm going to turn off the television. I'm going to start conserving some energy here. I'm going to get a little bit packed up because I got to cruise out to my stealth camping location. And ouch. This stealth camping location that I stay at tonight might be in Sunday's video. I'm still actively working on Sunday's video. We'll see. See what happens. But I am down here at the Planet Fitness. I have stayed it's really easy to stay in the parking lot. Right next to the Planet Fitness, you can stay at the Kohl's. You can stay in the Kohl's parking lot. I've done that a few nights. They don't mind. The Planet Fitness doesn't like you to stay here, but the Kohl's allows it. But I've done it so many times now. I kind of want to try something else. Gotta lock this TV up. There we go. So they have like an industrial area. Oops. And we're locked in, ready to go. They have an industrial area right down the street where it's like commercial buildings and stuff. So I think I might go try to stay the night there tonight. I might go check it out. See what I can get into. Being in a box truck, it's really easy to park on the street in commercial. It's like, that's always my go-to. If I'm in like kind of an unknown place or I'm just looking for a quick, easy spot, I don't want to have to worry about anything, or if I'm going to get hassled, I just go for a public street in like a commercial or industrial part of town. And I've never had issues. Even in California, where, you know, they're notoriously more strict. Even in California, I've never had problems with stealth camping and commercial. In fact, I did some up in Coachella a few months ago. Several months ago. Worked out really good. Okay, so we got to get some stuff put away here for the road trip. I appreciate you guys joining me tonight, hanging out as we cooked a meal together. It turned out awesome. Like, I'm not, no BS coming from me. Oh, you know what? This wasn't in the cupboard. It was in the fridge. That's why it doesn't fit in there. This one was in the fridge. No BS coming from me. I would tell you if the meal turned out bad. It didn't. It was really delicious. So I definitely like that pepper steak recipe. I definitely recommend it if you guys want to try it on your own. And I think I will include that in my cookbook. So I think for the cookbook, I definitely want to focus on recipes that are simple and, you know, have like simple ingredients. They're easy to make, you know, for a nomad, life on the road. You don't have to have a whole bunch of different spices and sauces. So that's what it'll be. It'll be a cookbook of delicious recipes, but also recipes that are good for living on the road. I think that's a good idea. Phil's Camping says, we have Kohl's here, a huge supermarket for groceries. Oh yeah, our Kohl's is spelled different. It's spelled with a K, and it's a department store. It's like clothing and shoes and makeup and stuff. Not a grocery. Nomad Brad, I like your Starbucks cup name. Sometimes Nomad Brad is like your Starbucks cup name, sometimes with pronunciations. He's trying to read the name quickly before the chat messages scrolls up the screen. Oh yeah, I mean, I try my best to say the names as they should be. Sometimes things are moving fast and I can't nail it. But also, you know, when it's a name that's not a normal, you know, name, or it's spelled different or something, it's, you know, you just kind of guess how it's pronounced, but you don't always know. You don't always know, but I try my best. Try my best to represent you guys in the ways you want to be represented. I try my best. All right. Here we go. So I gotta let these two cool down still before I can put those in the fridge. I'm gonna get a little soap here for my dishes. We're definitely soaping up heavy tonight. We got a lot going on here. We got a lot going on here. Let's see. I have a sponge hidden back here somewhere. How's the chat? How's the chat going? How are you guys? What about real knives? Why? What about, I don't know what that means. Like steak knives? I have this knife also I like. It's a cleaver. That's a pretty sweet knife. I like that one. I have a serrated steak knife. Japanese barbecue sauce. It is available on Amazon. Yeah, that sauce is really good. I bought it at Target. Why don't you buy real knives? These are real knives. Sir, this is a real knife. I promise. It is a knife. It's a real knife. Also, this is a real knife. Also, this is a real knife. It's a utility knife. See that? That is also a real knife. The only knives I have are real knives. I'm not sure what you're talking about, sir. Not sure what you're talking about, sir. Geek with social skills says, when was the last time you filled your water tank? I filled it. So the thing is, while I'm down here in Yuma, you know, with my dad, water is very plentiful and it's easy to come by because they have those little water fill stations all over the place. So I don't fill my water. I don't fill my tank all the way because there's really no reason to, and I don't want to just, you know, drive around town putting around with a full water tank if I don't have to. That's 800 pounds of dead weight. Plus, when it's really hot out, like 90 degrees, and your water tank is just sitting outside in 90-degree temperatures, you can't let it sit for a long time before it, you know, gets a little funky just from the heat. So I don't fill it all the way. I only keep about, let's see, it's a 55 gallon. I keep it like half full. So the long answer to your question is I filled it Sunday. Today is Friday. So I filled it Sunday. And I just filled it up to the halfway mark. And that still lasts me like, I don't know, a couple weeks. Since I have no shower yet, a 55-gallon water tank only for like drinking and washing dishes and stuff lasts a long time. So I don't really need to fill it, but once I hit the road, I will fill it, just mainly because you never know where your next water fill is going to be once you start traveling. Arizona is just so nice that they have these water stations, but you know, California isn't like that. Oregon's not like that. So as soon as I leave Arizona, water is going to be a lot harder to come by. So I will definitely fill my tank full before I leave Arizona. And then once I'm on the road, I'll basically be filling my tank at parks. City parks are a good place to fill. Usually they have like water spigots, or city buildings like public works buildings, gas stations. Those type of places usually have water spigots. And then on this box truck, I have a pretty heavy duty 3-stage water filtration system. So I can basically fill up at any water tap and filter it, and it's going to be good to go. Geek with social skills says, that's not a knife, this is a knife. Yeah, like Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Homie Brad been having the most forbidden love for the same knife for the past 3 years. I'm a minimalist, man. I just, you know, when you get something that works, you just rock with it. You know, why do I need to have a whole block of fancy knife? I mean, a knife does one thing, it cuts. That's what a knife does. So why do I need to have a whole block of all different knives? I mean, I don't know. I don't see a reason for it. All the food I make is delicious, regardless of what type of knife I use to cut the food with. And I'm not a chef, so like I don't have, you know, any experience with a specific knife. It's not like I was trained to use certain knives, and you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just chopping stuff up. So the knives I use work great for me. However, don't let me sway you from your own knife preferences. If you guys want to have steak knives and paring knives and bread knives and fillet knives and cleavers, go wild with it. Don't let me stop you. But me, I'm kind of a 3-knife man. That's kind of the limit. That's kind of the limit for me. I'm a 3-knife man. Okay. Put the bowl plate away. The bowl plate away. And let's see. We'll wash off our... I got this knife too. You know what I'm saying? Serrated steak knife. Yeah, yeah. That's another knife. I got options here. I got options. Go ahead and give that a little rinse. Maybe a magnet board for those fine knives. Anyone have a frozen image? Not frozen. You might refresh your web page, page. Anderson Brad says Brad definitely knows his Nomad knives. I have all the knives I need, sir. Jack Smart says, how can I send you a present? I want to send you something from Amazon. I have an Amazon list. I'm sure there's a way. I think you can probably send me something even if it's not on the list. I'll have to take a look at that. I don't think it's like limited to only the things that I put on the list. I think you can just send something. But honestly, you know, again, as a minimalist in a box truck, with a very limited amount of space, I can't just have everything in here. Has to have a specific purpose, and it's got to be just the right thing. So I can't really just accept a bunch of, I appreciate the offer, but I can't really just accept a bunch of gifts from people because I don't have the room for it. I don't really have the room for it unless it's small. I promise guys, I'm totally content with what I got, with the knives I have, the one bowl that I have, also the plate bowl. I'm good. I'm not suffering. I'm having a good time out here. Mr. Inconspicuous says, I'm surprised you don't park at truck stops. I have parked at truck stops before if I'm in a pinch, but I'll tell you the reason I don't like truck stops is because they're noisy. In fact, a lot of times the semi-trucks, they'll just idle their engines, especially if they have like refrigerators or freezers. They'll just run their engines all night. And it seems like truck drivers are constantly coming and going all hours of the night. It's loud. They got air brakes and generators, and it's a lot of noise. So I am a pretty heavy sleeper, but semi-truck, commercial semi-truck noises when they're right next to you, that's a whole different beast. Rather than just like the gentle, flow of city traffic. So for that reason, I try to avoid truck stops. It's just noisy and it's really busy. Also, you save it for the truckers. Being in a box truck, I can park a lot of places semi-trucks can't park. Arvine with Bandit says my favorite knife is a $3 sushi knife I bought at Daiso. There you go, man. Have you thought about getting a puppy? Yes, I'm getting a puppy this year. I had a dog for the first 5 years of nomad life. This is Lucy right here, my Boston Terrier. She was a great dog. We traveled a lot, had a lot of fun. She was blind, but we still had a lot of fun, went on walks and hikes. And she passed a couple years ago. And I just haven't been ready to get another one until recently. And I'm waiting until I hit the road because I can't train a puppy while I'm doing my box truck build. I don't have the time. I barely have time right now to do the things I need to do. So I gotta wait, but I will be getting a puppy as soon as I can. Anthony Hamilton says, I want to put a 7.3 Godzilla in an Isuzu. That would be amazing. Everything I've seen says that's a really good engine. I'm a big fan of Ford. Honestly, I loved my Econolines. The 6.8 V10 was an awesome engine. It was not fuel efficient at all. But overall it was powerful, and the engine itself was strong. It never let me down. I had a bunch of problems with other components, other things, but the engine and the transmission were great. So yeah, I definitely like Ford, and the 7.3 looks awesome. You get a bigger, you get more gears in your transmission, and you get better fuel economy. I think it would be awesome. I just don't know. I just don't know what the process would be in doing a conversion like that, right? Because it's like, not only do you have to swap the engine, the transmission, and the driveline, and the rear end, you also have to swap like the computer, the ECU, the speedometer, all that stuff has to work together. So I don't know what the logistics are on doing a swap like that, but I feel like it would be complicated and maybe expensive. That's just my thought. Again, I don't know for sure. I'm not a mechanic, but I feel like it would be a lot. But I think it'd be cool though. I definitely think it's a good engine. But I think it would be more practical to just get in a Isuzu NPR that already had the Chevy LS, and then just put in a crate built out Chevy LS engine. You can get a souped up LS, because honestly, if you're thinking about fuel economy and cost savings, any type of money you're going to save in fuel economy is going to be eaten up by the initial expense of doing the engine swap. That's going to be a big job. So I don't really think it would make sense, but I do think it would be cool. Arvine with Bandit says, I sent Nomad Brad a 5-foot stuffed teddy bear. It came back saying it was rejected at delivery. Where do you earn income? That's an interesting question. I don't talk about my income too much, but since we're here and I'm being open and honest on my live streams, I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Now, don't go telling everybody. This is an insider secret. But old Nomad Brad, the way I make money, I have a YouTube channel. Now, don't all at once get excited, but I do. I have a YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube. The name of the channel is Nomad Brad 503. And I make videos about living in a box truck and traveling and building box trucks. Sometimes I do live streams about cooking. And so that is how I make my income. I'm not one to really talk about myself, but just for those of you that are curious, that's how I do it. Did you hear from King Gamer? Yeah, I called King the other day. I saw him on the live stream on Wednesday. He tuned in and mentioned that his transmission, was it his transmission or his clutch? I think it was his clutch went out on the car he currently is living in. And so I gave him a call the next day and talked to him. He's doing good. He's in good spirits. The one thing about King Gamer, he's just a super positive guy. So even when, you know, from the outside looking in, it seems pretty rough. He just, you know, he's always kind of happy and cheery. So he's doing good. And he actually did get a new car. He bought a minivan, a newer one, like a 2013. I think it's a Dodge Caravan. So he's upgrading from a car to a van. So I'm excited for him. He's got more space. He gets to, you know, put in like a real bed. And I told him I'd help him set up his electrical. We'll mount a solar panel on the roof and get him up and running. So, you know, that's the thing with life, is it's all about how you look at it. On one hand, it sucks to have the car you're living in, the clutch go out. But, you know, that's an opportunity for him to get a new vehicle. Now he's got a minivan. He's got more space. So he's doing good. He's doing good. Arvine with Bandit says, I'm mostly here for the potato plant. Pitter patter, what happened to installing solar? I don't have time. I've been building this box truck every week since June of 2025. Every week I've been doing projects, and my income comes from YouTube. So I also have to make YouTube videos. So I literally do not have time to do anything except build this tiny home and make YouTube videos. I'm only one man. Geek with Social Skills says, I was around, I remember when Nomad Brad had 40,000 subscribers and watched it hit 100K. Yeah, it's crazy. I just hit 100K this summer, like August or September, and now I'm at like 116. So the numbers really compound. It's pretty cool. Beautiful watch. Where can I get one? Yeah, this is the Supermetric from Brew Watch Company. I love this watch. It's pretty cool. It's got some orange on it. You can look them up online. Brew, B-R-E-W, like brewing coffee. Brew Watch Company. It's the Supermetric in orange. Do, 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 do. What else we got in the chat? Thanks for the update on King Gamer. You're welcome, Lloyd. Happy to help out. HBA Dave wants his name on the vent. He's serious about it. Is the Friday night live stream going to be a regular thing? No. I mean, I'm going to make some changes for sure. Right now, this was just a bonus live stream. I just was out and about. I had to make dinner, and I just figured I'd hop on a live and just hang out with you guys. It was just kind of a random occurrence. But once I start traveling this spring, I am going to do more live streams. So there will be more live streams. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to switch up the dates. So I might move the Wednesday live stream to a different day. And then what I'll probably do is I'll just have bonus random live streams throughout the week. So I'd like to do 2 to 3 live streams a week instead of 1 once I start traveling. It'll be easier too once I'm traveling because there's just going to be more going on and it's going to be more exciting. I'm not going to be just kind of stuck in the same spot all the time. I'll hopefully be in some beautiful nature locations. So I'd love to do some live streams, you know, backed up to a beautiful lake or a river or something, and bring out the camera, hook the camera up to the live stream, kind of show you guys what's going on. So I got some pretty sweet plans. I would like to do 2 to 3 live streams a week instead of 1, in addition to my normal published weekly video. That's the goal. So but I won't really be able to do that until I'm done with the build out for the season. Because right now the build out is just taking a lot of my time and my mental bandwidth. All right, so those leftovers are cooled down enough. We can put them in the fridge. These are still a little bit warm. I guess I'll let them sit a little bit longer. Let me put this camera away. How you guys doing? He's got a knife. What material is the countertop made of? It's epoxy. It's epoxy. So the colors, the orange is actually like a pig. It's called a pigment. And so it changes. The epoxy's natural state is clear. Clear in color. Actually, I got to leave this out because I'm going to go do a stealth camp. The epoxy's natural state is clear, and then the orange pigment gives it its color. But also I have spray paint. The silver stuff is spray paint. And then I went over the entire thing with clear epoxy again to kind of lock it in, seal it up. But that's what you're looking at. If you watch Sunday's video that I'm currently editing, there will be a little segment about the process I went through to create this, what materials I used, how I did it. So make sure to check that out. That'll go live Sunday. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Let me take this down. Gotta put everything away. Actually, that's not what I want to do. Leave that. We'll pull this guy down here. This is what we want to do. Boop. Would you ever come to Canada? No. No, I don't think so. Nothing personal, but no. There's just so much to do and see in America. I don't know. I try to keep things simple. You know what I mean? Keep it simple. The Pacific Northwest is beautiful. I like to spend the summers in the Pacific Northwest. I'll probably venture over to like Colorado and Idaho. But I don't really have any desire to go international. Just keeping it simple. Enjoying the easy life. Okay. So we'll leave this here. Let's close up this guy. We got to put the bed away so we can hit the road. I love this Murphy bed. It's so easy to put away compared to my last build. On my last box truck, I had this sliding bench bed combination, and it was a pain in the butt. And so I always just left the bed down in bed mode because it was just too much effort to put it up into the bench seating. But this one, I usually put it up when I'm not sleeping. I was in here before the live stream doing some video editing. This is why it's down. But I always put it up for driving. And there we go. Just like that, the bed is put away. I also noticed the echo just kicked in when I put the bed up. That's very interesting. So the bed, the blankets and the mattress on the bed must absorb some of the sound waves. But anyway, I have some soundproofing tiles I'm going to be installing, which will help with the echo. I got a 12-pack of these guys. These are like acoustic tiles, sound absorbing acoustic tiles. So I'm going to be putting these throughout the box, and that will hopefully help out with some of the echo. All right, let's see. I got to lock the seat down. This chair is really slow going down. It's a little bit janky. All right. Here we go. Come to Hawaii, rent a U-Haul? I don't think so. No, my home is way too comfortable. I'm not going to leave my home. The box truck is my home. All right, we got that. We got this. The TV is locked away. This is closed up. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I appreciate you guys for coming through, hanging out with me on this live stream. We've been going for 2 hours now. Appreciate you hanging out while we did the pepper steak. It turned out delicious. It was so good. I definitely recommend using that soy sauce or that Japanese barbecue sauce if you guys are going to try it out. Super good recipe. And that's it for me. I'll be working tomorrow on the video for Sunday. So tune in to Sunday's video. It goes live at probably 4 p.m. Pacific. And it will cover the countertop build and then a little other additional content. So tune in for that on Sunday, and I will be live again at our regular scheduled time next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. So I appreciate you guys for dropping in. Thank you to our moderator, John C., who graciously stepped in on a randomly scheduled or randomly unscheduled live stream. And thank you for all the super chats, all the contributions, all the likes and comments and subscriptions. And I will see you guys on the next one. That is it for me, Nomad Brad, signing out. Peace.